One of the most convenient, efficient ways to prevent cheating, in my opinion, after years of talking to couples, is to actually bring it up as a topic before you ever get engaged or plan to marry this person. The more couples actually talk about cheating, how they feel about it, what they would do, what they would expect from the partner, the more able they are actually to build a boundary and actually prevent the cheating from happening. If you're one of those couples that go, well, we don't want to talk about it, we know right from wrong, and let's face it, cheating is cheating, I want to caution you that although cheating is cheating, people have different ideas of what cheating is. And I have several here. So there's a physical cheating where you actually go and have sex with the person or kiss the person or is hugging the person. What area of physical contact is cheating for you? You can't just say physical cheating. You can't just say, well, if you have intercourse with them, because then what about if you have oral sex? Or if you're kissing them passionately, is that cheating? And unless you're talking about it, you're not going to know. So what about virtual cheating? What is that? What if they send a text to a coworker or somebody and you would consider it inappropriate, but they sure don't? Or what if they're sending flirtatious messages through social media? Is that a form of betrayal? You're not going to know what's up with them unless you talk to them. Exchanging nude photos, is that cheating? Not to some people, and believe me, I've had couples in my office who are as confused as you all are. What about emotional cheating? Sharing, your inner world with them, intimate thoughts, dreams, feelings. What about acting like you're in a relationship with someone just without the physical side? So what if your partner's doing that? What if they have a work partner who they're extremely close to? That work partner knows more about their intimate feelings than you do. Would that be a form of betrayal? You're not going to know, and they aren't either unless you're talking about it. What about having strong emotions for someone other than your partner, where you actually start dressing for them, start thinking about what they'd like? What if you're hiding a relationship from your partner, thinking that it's sort of inappropriate or it's on the edge, but you don't want to bring it up? What about micro-cheating? There's so many forms of cheating that a marriage therapist or a relationship therapist like myself works with, that I'm just telling you, start today and have the conversation. And this is how you do it. Choose an appropriate time, a time when you're not going to be distracted from something else, maybe a date night. Make it something that the two of you decide, let's talk about this. Let's talk about how we feel about infidelity or betrayal, of the vows we want to write together or we want to talk about having said during our ceremony. Use I statements. I feel like sometimes when you do things that it errs on the side of being almost inappropriate. It seems like it's penetrating a boundary I have, that this is between you and I, of confidentiality. And sometimes I feel betrayed, or I feel left out, or I feel insecure. Whatever it is, you better tell them now, because if you don't, they're not going to know where your boundary is. Ask open-ended questions. What would you do if I cheated? What if I flirted with someone? How would you feel if you found out that I had a work partner that I told a lot of really personal stuff with? Talk about it now. Listen without judgment. If they tell you, well, I don't think kissing someone else is sex, then listen and don't judge, but go back to what your value is. For me, that is cheating. That is a form of betrayal. If I say I do with you, what I mean is your intimacy, your passion, your kisses, any form of loving another person in a sexual or intimate way happens with me, doesn't happen with anyone else. Discuss gray areas. What if I send a flirty text, or what if I do text a coworker and it's late at night. What does that mean? Does that mean there's something gone from my relationship? Does that mean that's a boundary you and I have to put up? In other words, it's not what is important or written. You're going to hear all kinds of things about what cheating is. What's important is what this relationship between the two of you values. And as you create a relationship, what are you going to consider cheating and what are you going to consider not? And the two of you have to align in order for the relationship to make it. Make agreements. Okay, if something happens with someone where I reveal too much information, the first person I'm going to go to is you. Or couples can make a contract. Let's have a contract. Before we would ever do any of these things, we would talk to our partner. We wouldn't do it behind our partner's back. Contracts work. I've seen them. I've written them for couples. Do it if you're that worried about your partner, and revisit this talk periodically. This is not a one and done talk. This is a talk you have frequently in your relationship and in your marriage, because it's a preventer of possible cheating. It's not something that encourages cheating. And I think getting that very clear in your heart and mind now with your partner is what's important. If this video is helpful for you, please subscribe. And if you're already a subscriber, thank you so much.